The outer lips, the inner lips, what are they there for?
Hi, I'm Dr. Sylvia, an NHS GP and women's health doctor. With me is Dr. Tolu, a gynaecologist and vulval disease specialist.
Together, we're having vulval table conversations.
The inner lips are more like a doorway. So oftentimes you see inner lips closing, as it were, closing the vestibule or closing over the vestibule, so it protects the vestibule. The outer lips likewise also is wholesome. It's a bit more meaty, and therefore you can argue actually helps with the vestibule closure and also support. So the vulvar area really is more for protection, cosmesis, and then of course sexual pleasure, because apart from the clitoris that is full of nerve endings, you also have the introital region, which is also quite full of a lot of nerve endings as well, and also would lead to sexual enjoyment. So those are the three functions I would say, because they also help to support the exit of the urethra.
Looking at something like Bartholin's glands and skin glands, for example, you also have, yes, exactly, lubrication, secretions. And what does a normal vulva look like? The size, the color, the texture. Are there variations that are normal?
I would say we're all very different people, and as a result, that the vulva down below will look very different. So I tend to say it will look different depending on the color. It will look very different depending on the age. It will look very even different depending on the ethnicity. And by default, it will also look different depending on where you are or what reproductive function you are undergoing. So for instance, in a pale woman or a Caucasian woman, you tend to find a vulva that is very pale with pinky looking skin. In a darker woman, the vulva is not necessarily that pale. Some may be light brown, some may be dark brown, but it's a consistency that makes you feel reassured that there is nothing concerning here. The introitus, oftentimes, yes, it's pink because of the sort of tissue, the epithelium it does carry. But once in a while, you might get a bit of a brownish haze as well. A good example, for instance, when you look at the teeth and the gums, some have light pink though. Some have very brown gums, like I do. So would you say my gums is a disease one? No, not at all. It's just the normal for me. Would you say the pink is a disease? Not at all. It's just the normal for that person. So we've got to be very careful. So I often say to women, what is normal for you? For those who have kids, to have a look down below. Depending on the reproductive function the woman is undergoing, a woman who is pregnant is going to have a very different looking vulva as to when she's non-pregnant or as to a non-pregnant other woman. The tissues are swollen, filled with lots of fluid, and all in readiness as a response to her pregnancy hormones. She's going to look very different. A woman who's had a baby, who's had a cut to have a baby, is definitely going to have a different looking vulva to what she had before she had the cut, and certainly years afterwards. A woman who's gone through the menopause, many years gone through the menopause, is going to certainly have a different looking vulva. We as gynecologists have come with the terminology which is age-related vulva, because what is normal in a menopausal woman may not be acceptable in a premenopausal woman. So when you use the word age-related vulva changes, it's good. It shows that yes, there have been benign changes, but it's completely normal and acceptable for a woman of that age, which would otherwise have been abnormal in a much, much younger woman.
If we had 100 girls or 100 women, regardless of age, let's leave age out of it, in the room, we would not expect labia to look the same. We will not expect the vulva to look the same. Labia can look a bit bigger, a bit smaller, so we can expect that kind of variety of color, and nobody should be panicking because they think, oh, this doesn't look like what I saw in one video or one thing, like many people are exposed to. Can we say the same about the pubic hair in terms of the quantity? What is normal, what is not? Is it normal to have lots and lots of hair?
I think when it comes to pubic hair, it's very variable. You have people who have a full head of hair, but guess what? It's a Sahara desert down below. And there are people that don't have a full head of hair, and guess what? It's a forest.
So normal isn't one look. It changes with color, age, and your life stage. Next, we're covering warning signs and how to check. Subscribe so you don't miss it, and drop your questions below.